Today, we're diving into a tough but incredibly important topic: animal cruelty, and what our basic standard of care should really look like. It all really comes down to a single powerful question. What responsibility do we truly have to the animals that depend on us? So, how do we even begin to answer that? Well, thankfully, there's a globally recognized benchmark for animal welfare that gives us a clear starting point.
It's called the Five Freedoms, and it's basically a Bill of Rights for animals. We're talking freedom from hunger, from discomfort, from pain, the freedom to just be an animal and express normal behaviors, and of course, freedom from fear. This is the absolute minimum, the baseline.
Okay, so that's the ideal. But what happens when that fundamental standard just isn't met? Let's look at a real-world example. This recent case involving neglected goats shows exactly what happens when those freedoms are violated. I mean, you can just see it. They didn't have enough food or water, their shelter was totally inadequate, and they couldn't graze or act like goats. It's a textbook violation. And the consequences? They're just heartbreaking. The animals were extremely thin, living under constant stress, and even getting physically hurt because of their unsafe home. But here's the twist, and this is so important. This wasn't a case of someone being deliberately malicious. The farmer was elderly, in poor health, and simply couldn't keep up. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the worst cruelty comes from neglect, not hate. So that completely changes the conversation, doesn't it? If punishment isn't always the answer, how do we build a system to stop this from ever happening again? Well, it seems like the path forward really has three parts. First, support and education. Give farmers the training and financial help they need. Second, we need clearer laws and regulations, no more gray areas. And finally, we've got to be proactive, with regular inspections and maybe even tech to monitor animal health and catch these problems early. And really, that's the big takeaway here. How do we shift our focus from just punishing cruelty after it happens to actually building systems that can prevent neglect before it even has a chance to start?